Good day, ladies and gentlemen, this is Professor Ma. Singapore is a race-conscious country, and Parliament allowed the registration of double-barreled race for Singaporean children born to parents of different races from the 1st of January 2011 onwards. Essentially, this gives parents who are of different races further flexibility and choice to decide how their child's race should be recorded. Couples of inter-ethnic marriages now have the additional option to reflect both their races for their child as a double-barreled race. This is on top of the existing options of choosing only one of the two different races, either that of the father or the mother, for their child. For example, if one parent is Chinese, and the other is Indian, the child's race may be recorded as Chinese, Indian, Chinese Indian, or Indian Chinese. The registration of the double-barreled race will be limited to only two components, which means one hyphenation. If both parents are each registered with a double-barreled race and wish to register a double-barreled race for their child, the first component race of the child must be taken from the first component race of either parent. For example, if one spouse is Malay Chinese and the other is Indian Thai, the first component race for the child can only be Malay or Indian. For relevant government policies, such as the initial assignment to a mother tongue language class in schools and the Housing and Development Board's ethnic integration policy, the first component of a double-barreled race will be used. There will not be any advantage in terms of policy considerations for those who register either a double-barreled or a singular race. For the presentation of statistics, the current way of presenting the published race statistics will be maintained and will be based on the first component of the double-barreled race. A Singaporean is allowed to change his race twice, once before the age of 21 and once at or after the age of 21. This makes Singaporeans racial chameleons. Based on the policy described above, having a double-barreled race confers certain advantages. Let us take the example of a child born to a Malay father and Chinese mother. The parents register her race as Chinese Malay. This will allow the child to take Chinese as her second language, because we all know China is a rising superpower and it is an advantage to be fluent in Chinese. When the child reaches 21 years of age, she can then apply to change her race from Chinese Malay to Malay Chinese. This will allow her to be considered as Malay with respect to the Housing and Development Board's ethnic integration policy, which is advantageous because Malays tend to live in larger families, hence there would usually be less demand for the Malay quota portion new flats. In addition, having the Malay portion of her race registered will allow all her descendants to have a double-barreled race that includes Malay, so she has also conferred this advantage to all her descendants. In subsequent videos, Professor Ma will explain more aspects of life. In the meantime, please help by liking and by subscribing. Thank you.